Brilliant. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Kev from Crofton. If you're not so local, it's Wakefield, and if you're even further away, it's near Leeds. Now, to start off with, Jack, a little bit of a strange question for you here. Do you mind if I have a lollipop while I do this?
Do I mind?
It's okay with you, isn't it?
If that's what you want to do,
See,
mate.
strawberry lollipop's my favourite flavour. Now, Jack, do you like superhero?
Do I like superheroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're alright, yeah. Yeah, they're not bad.
Has that gone off? Oh, perfect. Now, I quite like superheroes, and you'll notice if I come round to the front of here, we've got a superhero colouring book, and it's got heroes, villains, DC and Marvel, all different. Now, I'm going to flick through them, but I'll do it face down so you can't see what you're stopping on. Just stop me whenever you like.
Stop.
Okay? In this case, you stop me on Batman.
Yes.
Now, Jack, have you heard of lolligami before?
Not until now, though.
Of course you haven't, because I made up the word. Now, lolligami is the act of carving a lollipop into any object, shape, person, animal, or perhaps superhero. Batman, yeah? Let's see if I can do this. It's hard because of the ears. We should pick Spider-Man. Bloody hell. Jack, I've got one question, and only one question for you. Does this look anything like Batman to you?
That looks just like Batman, actually, to be quite honest with you. That does.
Thank you. Now, Holly and Ellie, are you okay to join me on stage? I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Ellie, please sit here. Perfect, mate. And Holly, if you take a seat as well, that would be perfect. Holly, just say stop as I go through the cards. Stop, okay? And just, what I'd like to do is like to sign this actually. Is the mic working? Closer. All right. I'd like to just sign your name on that, please.
One of these going for eBay since 2017 for a fiver and no one's bought it.
Were it the two of spades as well?
Sorry?
Was it the two of spades as well? Because that would have been impressive, wouldn't it? Now, Ellie, what I'd like to do is, I'd like you to take the marker, please. Okay, brilliant. And just say stop as I go through the cards.
Stop.
Okay, and sign this card, please.
With my name?
Yeah, perfect.
No, when you post it.
Okay, brilliant. If let's give that a blow. Now watch. If I take the cards, give a twist. Hopefully one card, and only one card, should turn face up. That's your card, Holly. But Ellie, we need to focus on yours as well. So if I take the cards, give a twist. Hopefully now, your card should turn face up. But even more impressive, it turns right next to Holly's. That's pretty cool, isn't it? But wait a second. That's not all. Hold out your hand, please. Superb. We'll just take the cards back to back like so. And Ellie, place your hand on top of it. Holly's like so. Superb. Now we're here to join this lovely couple on their wedding day. I'm joking. I want you to think about this though. One point in your life you were both two separate entities. You didn't know each other. And then through Banks Got Talent, hopefully you become quite good friends. So you've gone almost like from being two separate entities to being one. Just like those two cards. Remember, you both signed a card each. Two separate cards. Let's take a look and see. Lift up your hand. Now, your card hasn't vanished. They've just fused together. Isn't that crazy? And that is a souvenir for you to keep. Thank you. You can keep it, of course. Now, have any of you ever heard of something called subliminal messaging? Yes, subliminal messaging or subliminal advertising is when a company flashes up a symbol so quick that you can I asked you for that. Sorted. Now, subliminal messaging or subliminal advertising is when a company flashes up an image or a message so quick that the conscious mind cannot take it in, but the subconscious mind processes it and it influences you. Now, Holly, when I use these cards, You see, back in 1975, you notice what the Pepsi logo over here. Pepsi flashed up an image during a film that said, drink Pepsi and eat popcorn. And the sales of Pepsi and popcorn significantly increased. I'm going to try and influence you, Holly. These numbers are in a specific order. Now, all I want you to do is just watch them go by. Don't try and memorize them, because it's for your subliminal mind, not your conscious mind. Okay, so hopefully you've not memorized them, but your subconscious mind should have processed it. Now, we're not going to use all of these, so I'll deal them into two separate packets. And we've got one packet here, and we've got another packet there. Holly, just hand me one of the packets, please. Hand me one of them, please. Okay, superb. So, of course, not these. Now, Holly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal through them. There's only 5. I want you to stop me before I reach the end. Hopefully when I've still got a few cards left in my hand, so just stop me at some point.
Stop.
Okay, and we'll flip these face up, thus changing the order. I'll do it again. Just stop me whenever you like. Okay, this time on a couple left. Now, would you like to end there, or would you like to do it once more? Okay, just say stop as I go through.
Stop.
Right, brilliant. Now, you've completely changed the order of these. I'm not going to change the order of anything. I'm just going to turn the cards face up and leave them in their position. Now, think about this. This is a number that you've randomly arrived at. You could have chosen to use these numbers, but you didn't. You chose to use these. What number is that?
Hang on. That's where my strong suit. 12,939.
12,939. Now, is there any way that I could have influenced you to go for that number? No. There's not, is there? Now, I told you the story about Pepsi and popcorn, but I did bend the truth a little bit. You see, it was Coca-Cola, not Pepsi. But the rest of the story is completely true. But there's a reason why I wanted to mention Pepsi. You see, I needed a reason to bring this sign all along. I wanted to influence you, because sometimes in life, you just need to see things from a different perspective. 12,939. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let's move on swiftly. Ellie and Holly. In fact, I've got a deck with a joker in it. That'll do me.
She's usually joking.
Well, we'll see. You know, so we've got a joker and the jack of spades. Now, they've not got much in common, other than the fact that they're both male and both the names start with J. Now, for some reason, nobody finds that funny, but I think it's hilarious. Anyway, Holly, I'm just going to deal through the cards, and I just want you to say stop as I deal through.
Stop.
Right there, and we'll place the jack there. And Ellie, as I deal through, I just want you to say stop.
Stop.
And we'll place the joker there. Now, I don't know if you know this, but in each deck of cards, every card has got a mate or a twin with the same number and same colour. For instance, the mate to the 8 of hearts would be 8 of diamonds. The mate to the king of spades would be the king of clubs. Now, if we run through and find where you stop me, and we'll take the cards and the cards that they fell by them. So there's the jack of spades and the card it fell by, and there's the joker and the card that fell by it. Now, Holly, if this has worked, where you stop me, what do you think the mate to the jack of spades would be?
It's a queen of spades.
It would be the other black jack, wouldn't it? So, yeah, so it would be the jack of clubs. Let's take a look and see if you managed to do it. Oh, isn't that good? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, hold the applause. Because, Ellie, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you've stopped me near the other joker, aren't you? Yeah. Well, most magicians would end there, but I'm going to go further than that, Ellie. Because this is the only joker in this pack. But what I didn't tell you was, jokers are thieves. And they steal the faces of all the other 50 cards in the pack. I say the other 50 because the 2 jacks are there. No, they really do steal the faces of all the other 50 cards within the pack. Isn't that weird? No, wait! I'm not even joking. They really do steal the faces of all the other 50 cards within the pack. Isn't that crazy? Thank you so much. No, thank you. So, this next trick is my last. Now,
microphones. Oh, this microphone's on now. There you go. So turn his microphone off.
right, so, I go to a lot of wedding fairs, and one of the photographers there, he was handing these out as souvenirs, and it was quite a clever idea. He was having his photos printed onto cardstock, and as a result, he could hand these out for people to keep, which is quite a good idea. They've got like 52 examples of his work. You notice they're all different. He did hand me one with bride and grooms on, but I thought that'd be a bit weird to use. Anyway, Ellie, if you come round here, if you stand up, please. I'd like to take these cards,
Yeah.
okay, and start dealing them into a face-down pile.
Is that gonna be just
Yeah, like that.
like that?
Yep, perfect.
Am I doing it the right way?
And just stop you there, shuffle these. Or you can give them a few cuts if you're not sure. That's perfect. And deal some more. And I'll stop you again, shuffle them again. Brilliant. And deal some more, and stop dealing whenever you like. Before you run out, though.
She's got a elaborate suit. Right.
Okay, superb. I never knew Ellie were a dealer. But anyway, let's take a look and see. If I square these up a little bit, these are the cards that you chose to use. These are essentially your discards. You didn't want these ones. You didn't want these photos. Now, Ellie, I'm going to deal these photos out as though I'm dealing out 5 hands of poker. Now, I will say, most people only deal about 12 cards, whereas Ellie's dealt nearly the full deck. But at least you know it's random that way. Now, Ellie, I want you to think about this. You stand there, Joe, just so I can use you. Not that way. Hey! Ellie.
It's magic.
I shouldn't have said that in front of my mates. I'll get ripped forever now. Ellie, you've shuffled these photos. You've then dealt them. You've shuffled them again. You've then dealt and stopped dealing whenever you liked. And you've genuinely dealt more than I probably would have imagined so. Will you just take hold of the mic, please, Joe? Because that's led us to these 5 random photos. I'll just push these aside. Because these are the ones you've landed on. These are your sort of nearlies, I guess.
Right.
So if we take these and just see, you'll notice all these are indeed different. These are the ones you nearly went for.
Yeah.
But Ellie, I'm going to try a little bit of a psychic reading. Ellie, the traffic light doesn't tell me anything specifically about traffic lights, but the go on it tells me you're quite a get up and go kind of person. Yeah, you like the odd sofa day, I guess, but you like to get up and have a good time, go out with your mates, that kind of a thing. Let's take a look and see what else we've got. The boot tells me you quite like fashion and you care about, you know, your appearance, as we can see tonight. It's a compliment, that. I'm not very good at them, but it's a compliment. I'm glad you've gone for this one. You've gone for the lighthouse. Now, this is one of my favourites because it tells me that you're quite you're kind of person who would light up the party. You light up the room. You're the heart and soul of the party. It's a really positive one to have. As for the golf club, this doesn't necessarily mean you like golf, unless you like a hole-in-one. But, once again, it means you're kind of like a get-up-and-go kind of person. And finally, Ellie, the train tracks, once again, it does not necessarily mean you're a train spotter, but it might mean you like to go and travel. Not necessarily by train, it could be by plane, by car, whatever. Now, Ellie, would you say any of that was accurate?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ellie, you couldn't possibly imagine how much these can tell you about you. It's unbelievable. You shuffled these photos, didn't you? Yeah. You dealt them, you shuffled them again, and you stopped dealing whenever you liked. You will notice this before anybody, and it will blow you away. Ellie, tell me when you see it.
He spells Ellie.
Look, over here, Ellie. Let's come up. We have an E, an L, an L, an I, and an E. Ellie.
Wow.
But wait, that's not all. Having been here before, I knew how far back it was there. And I know what you're probably going to think. Tonight you're going to think about this all along and you're going to think, well, what happens if I've gone with 5 different photos? Would Kev somehow have made my name? Well, Ellie, I knew all along if you saw that. I passed my live audition on the 26th of April, and that weekend I had this made. I knew there was only one set of cards that you could have gone for. Because, Ellie, you were drawn to the most specific, most personal thing about you. That is your name. Because, ladies and gentlemen, over here we have an E, an L, an L, an A, and an E. That's Ellie. I've been Kev. Thank you. Good
Okay then. Oh, poor Jack sat there on his own. Wow, mate. Oh, so good. Jack, what did you think of it, mate?
We love you, Ken.